Welcome back to page 121. Today we're going to take a look at volume 6 of the Journal of the Traveler's Aid Society. With Mongoose putting out word that there's going to be some new JTAs coming out, I thought, what the heck, let's take a look. Got me excited about reading this one, and I really enjoyed it. I love JTAs because it's all kinds of different articles, so whatever your traveler mood, you can find something in there that you're interested in reading. So first we're going to take a look at the table of contents. This is published in 2019. And we have all kinds of authors, both past and present. And the first one we have is the Highguard Steppenhaler class modular freighter. Gotta always like a modular ship. They're very handy in Traveler. And this one has hop drive. And it was made a while ago, and the way to make the hop drive has since been lost. So kind of neat. The isometric deck plans in this one, because it is an older offering from Mongoose. And then we got the default module, the downport module, all kinds of uses. I love a good modular ship in Traveler. Carrier module, torpedo module. Talking about the hop drive, this is available in the Traveler Companion. They talk about the hop drive, other ways of doing FTL in Traveler. I've only ever used jump myself. We get an encounter with a gentleman, Dev Landrel, an amateur xenoarchaeologist. Old Dev here thinks he's right all the time, and he's got the money to back up his opinions. Kind of an interesting encounter. Could be a patron for you, could be just some jerk you encounter in a bar. And then we go to Charted Space, Stars and Stellar Objects. And it talks about how to kind of fill out your systems a little bit. We have empty systems, star systems, and stellar bodies. Always important if you're going to be in a star system for any length of time in your game as the GM, that you flesh out a little bit about what else is in the system. So it's not just the main world, the gas giant, and the star. And continuing through, we get complex systems, main sequence stars, subgiant and giant stars, subdwarf and white dwarfs, brown dwarf and substellar objects. And then we come into charted space, the Urklin. The Urklin are not an alien race, nor even a distinct human culture. Instead, they are a human religious sect from the desert highlands of Minorb in the Spinward Marches. This is an old article that was in the original JTAS, I think issue 23. And it kind of worked on the popularity of martial arts and ninjas in the early 80s. And that's kind of what we get here. I thought it was kind of a cool idea then. I've never used them, but I could definitely see including one or two. And then we get Highguard, subsidized merchants, because why not? You can just pay a note and get a percentage of your cargo, guaranteed, instead of having to speculate on all your stuff. And maybe you speculate a little bit with some of the empty corners of the starship and make some money on the side. So again, subsidized merchants, a lot of fun. The Tramp Trader, this is kind of the Traveler default. The hardscrabble crew trying to make ends meet, keep the ship in space. You can take on passengers, all kinds of stuff you can do. You can do ship tours, card games, stand-up comedy if you want. Low traffic systems. You have competitors out there that want to put you out of business so they can take over what you're making. We got a bestiary. We got a nice look at an ice crawler, which is a pretty nasty little critter. And it's got a thing that hunts it, the ice spider. And then we get the Sac-Sequan, intelligent alien parasite that feeds on the mental waves generated by ill will and aggression. Kind of like the original Star Trek episode Day of the Dove, with a little glowing ball fed off the aggression. And the Kalaman, bizarre creature that can cause dreams to manifest by gently touching a sleeping creature. Sometimes they're used if you have insomnia. You go and have one of these things nearby, and before you know it, you're drifting off. Interesting. And now we have adventure, Critical Vector. And in this adventure, let's see, Brewfort is where we are. And it's in a riot because there's a meteor headed toward the planet that has a good chance of destroying everything. Can you get up there and split the meteor or deflect it in time to save the planet? If you do, you are heroes. Charted Space, case study, a fifth frontier war. This is a neat little unclassified, declassified write-up for the Imperial Navy on whether there will be a fifth Imperial War or fifth Frontier War. I thought this was kind of neat. I liked it because, of course, we already knew about the fifth Frontier War, so this was written with the advantage of hindsight. But especially now with Mongoose indulging in the fifth Frontier War, this article is really on point. I really enjoyed this, one of my favorite articles in this issue. And it talks about the various deployments and the ways that the Zodani would strike first, or if we should strike first, the course of the conflict, and the conclusion that it's inevitable. Vehicle Handbook, maritime vehicles. We get a coastal patrol cutter. Yes, these are ships. They're going to sail the oceans or the seas of the planet. And this is a strike hydrofoil. An advanced submarine. And then traveling, prangs, dings, and crashes. A guide to starship mishaps. This is kind of a neat little guide if you're looking to kind of make things a little spicier for your pilot as he's landing the ship. Maybe he bumps into another ship or hits a light pole. And this gives you nice charts for what kind of damage you can do to your ship, the speed and severity of it, and then whether you have enough that the ship maybe isn't space-worthy anymore. You've got to get it repaired. So here we go. Dings, prangs, and crashes. The various charts you can have. High Guard, we get some nice interceptors. These are the Javelin light gunboat. These are system defense boats, basically. But they can catch up with a lot faster. They're a lot faster than most of their prey. And a thrust 6. So they're going to pretty much be able to catch up. They have, for weapons, they have a fusion gun barbette and dual turret pulse lasers. So they're going to do some damage if they get near you. And then we have the Dart Interceptor, similar concept. And this guy, where are the weapons? Fixed pulse laser for this guy. This guy is only 20-ton displacement. So you could have him aboard ship too if you wanted. Charted Space, First Contact. How do the scouts make first contact? I love this theme in Traveler of making first contact. I think it's the scout service as a whole is a little underserved in Traveler. And I wouldn't mind if we saw a Mongoose book, like the Navy book we got not too long ago, if we saw a Mongoose book on the scouts, because the scouts are absolutely one of the more interesting, dynamic occupations you can have in Traveler. So there's your first contact procedures. How do you talk to them? Do you want to talk to them? Is it risky contact? Are they sentient or do they just mimic sentience? Then we go Central Supply Catalog, vehicle mounted missiles. Yes, you can have missiles that move around on trains or on large trucks or in installations. And they can go ahead and do damage to starships that are coming into port or anything like that. So kind of interesting. You could be used as a terror weapon, trying to overthrow the local government or shut down the local starport, or just as system defense, planet defense. Traveling, planet-side transportation. Not everybody flies around in a starship. Some people have to use other means to get there. So here it talks about how you would get around on the surface of the planet. At the starport, and then planet side, and breaks down by tech level. Starting tech level 0, and then ending up where you're at tech level 14 and 15, and all the things you would need. So at the medium tech levels, you're going to have trains, ground cars, that kind of stuff. Tech level 9, you start getting grav vehicles, and by tech level 14 or 15, it's traveling around the planet. It's pretty easy. High Guard, the Incarnate class strike destroyer. And this was used at the end of the Fourth Frontier War. So they would still be around. A lot of these would still be in service. It's a 1,000-ton displacement. It's got a thrust 6, jump 3, bristling with weapons. Let's see what the crew is. Captain, officer, astrogator, 3 pilots, 5 engineers, 2 maintenance, a small craft pilot, and a medic. So affordable. Nice little deck plans again. And then for Charted Space, Merctector, Glissons Gatekeeper. This is down in District 268, which is my neck of the woods. That's where I've been running my current campaign. And in District 268, just inside the Imperium's border, is Merctector rather, Glissons Gatekeeper. This is kind of the entryway coming out of the part of District 268 where there are a lot of Imperial client states, but it hasn't been claimed by the Imperium yet. So this is a nice look at it. I enjoyed reading this because this gave me some ideas for my game. Love that picture. That's just beautiful. And it's got a scout base, military and naval. And then vehicles of the IISS, the Imperial Interstellar Scout Service, and some of their vehicles. I like this. IISS Personal Field Transport Device. A grav belt. It's a little flying jumper. You can zip around. And then a grav tube where you kind of stand on the thing. A grav bike, a la Star Wars, Return of the Jedi. And then we get some Highguard info, not Highguard, but Central Supply Catalog info on them. IISS Air Raft, a G Carrier. I love both of those, and Traveler always have. Something about the Air Raft, maybe just the name that I love. Some more Highguard, Ambush Class Hunter-Killer Corvette. Its single purpose is to annihilate small vessels. So another system defense type ship. It's 400-ton displacement. It's not necessarily system defense. It's got thrust 6, jump 2. So you could just send this out on anti-pirate operations. And then we get the deck plan for it. And all this in 129 pages for $15 for the PDF or $25 if you want the actual book. I actually bought this and all subsequent 7 through 12 issues that I didn't have of JTAZ through I think it was Bundle Holding, did a bundle of including the JTAZ. So I'm really glad I got those. So that's just a brief look at JTAZ number 6, all the goodness within. This was a nice rounded issue. I'm excited about the new JTAZ coming out. We'll be seeing that on Kickstarter sometime soon. And I have no idea what Kickstarter, when it's starting, or no idea what the proposed publication date is for any of that. I do know they put out a call for some writers to send in articles, and I did, so we'll see if anything comes of that. And that's it. That's all I've got to say today on page 121. I hope you enjoyed this page through of the Journal of Traveler's Aid Society number 6. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to see the rest of the JTAZ, I'd be happy to take a look at them. I really enjoy reading these. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. And I want to thank you for spending some time with me today on page 121, and I'll see you next time.